This video will show you how to use Mail Chimp to create and send a chapter newsletter. The first thing you need to do is log into www.mailchimp.com, then go to the login, which will be in the upper right corner, and log in using the username and password that have been provided to you separately. Everybody uses the same account, and so that's why it says "Good evening, Kelly." They sometimes change the front screen, but you don't really care about what's on this front page. What you care about are the three things up here at the top. If you need to come back to your campaign or your message, that's what they call them, as campaigns. After you've started it and saved it, you will just go directly to campaign and you'll see it. Templates are the blank forms, and we'll get to that later. And we start by using lists. We get into it in a rather strange way, but we go to the list, then we go to active members primary with email, which is basically everybody. We come over here to the right side by stats, click the drop down arrow and choose manage subscribers, and then we scroll down to where it says groups, and we choose groups. And when it says which chapter newsletter do you want, we're going to say view groups. You're going to pick the chapter that you are making a newsletter for. In this case, I'm going to do one for Lewis. So I'm going to come over to send to, hit the drop down arrow, and a regular campaign is basically what we use all the time. Now the next thing first it's going to just kind of review what we want and tell us, and we're going to click next in the bottom right hand corner. Now it wants us to give us a name, and this first name should be something that identifies it as your chapters. The second email subject is what the people are going to see. And you put your own name, it's from, and your email address. And the first time you do it, it will want to send you a verification email address that you have to respond to before you can continue. We're just going to skip all of this and go to the next at the bottom right. Now we're going to choose a saved template, and there's already one in there for each of the chapters, but if you want something different, just let us know. I'm going to select the one called Lewis Trees, which is a little fancier than just the basic green that all the others have. Now, the message appears in the left, and the editing is going to occur on the right. It may not be obvious, but there's actually three sections here, and each one can be edited. The top one, once you have your template, you shouldn't need to change it. The middle one, again, you normally won't be changing it. Most of your stuff is going to be done down here in the body, and you click the pencil to get into the edit mode. And once you've done that, this appears on the right. It looks exactly the same as what's on the left, except it's got some word processing commands for you to use. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to delete what's there, and you see it deleted on the left too. And then I'm going to paste in what I have already written and saved in Word. You can also just type right in here. I prefer to do it in Word first. So I'm going to use the little icon that's a clipboard and a W. Click that, and it tells us to go Control-V to paste what's on your clipboard, and OK. And there is our message. Now, there may be some formatting that you need to do because it loses that in the transition. So I'm going to move this over and put it in the middle. I'm going to change it to a larger font. And I'm going to come in, I'm going to take some of this extra space out. And you need to sometimes use a backspace and sometimes use delete to get rid of the space. Notice this, there's no tabs, so you're going to need to come over here and space over so things line up. I'm using the delete key to remove these extra spaces. some reason it came in and it left this last section really large. So I'm going to change that back to be a 14 size. And we've got some extra space in there. Taking spaces out using the delete key. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Except that for some reason this is still a little smaller, and it seems to be in bold, although it doesn't look like it here. Probably just go ahead. You usually use whatever you want. Use Arial. Hard to say, it still looks a little different. We can do a preview, which shows it a little bit more like what it's going to look like. And then we kill the preview by hitting the X. We can do a test by sending a test email to ourselves. We send a test. It's a really good idea to do this before you actually send your message to your clients. And then I'm going to say save and close. And next, it gives us another chance to review and change anything, telling us what we have here. And I'm going to now either schedule it or send it. And most of the time, you're probably going to want to schedule it since it's for some future date. So it gives us a date that we choose to send it on. And I'm going to send this on the 20th. No, that's not right. Send it on the 13th. So it'll be too late. And you can choose a time if you want. And go ahead and click the schedule button. It tells us that our email has been scheduled. If we want to go back and look at it again, we can go into campaigns. And there is our Lewis January 2017. Has a yellow little dial rather than a check mark. Once it's had a check mark, it's already been sent. So you're ready to go.